An estimated 27.8 million people are expected to travel nationwide during the Lunar New Year holiday. With the shorter break concentrating traffic to fewer days, heavy congestion leaving the Seoul metropolitan area is forecast on the morning of the 15th and on the afternoon of the 17th for return journeys.
이번 설 연휴 기간 전국에서 2,780만 명이 이동할 것으로 예측됩니다. 연휴가 짧아 하루 평균 이동 인원이 늘면서 귀성길은 15일 오전, 귀경길은 17일 오후에 정체가 극심할 전망입니다. The Seoul Lunar New Year holiday is shorter this year, meaning heavier traffic per day.
Yes, it is. But the number of people traveling is huge. 27.8 million, 2,780만 명?
Yes.
That's like half of Korea.
Yes, they're all going to and from their homes.
Yeah, isn't the Korean population like 5천만 명 or 5,500만 명? There's something, it's basically double that. But because the time frame is shorter, people don't have a choice.
Yes.
There's only a set number of days that people can travel.
Right.
Either by car or by train or by bus if you can get a ticket.
Yes.
So that is what people are doing. And the 15th will be the heaviest leaving Seoul. So if you're from the countryside but you work here in Seoul, or even if you're just from Busan, expect to take a lot of time to get down there.
That's right. You know how we kept talking about if you take, the weekend and the following weekend and you take 2 working days off, you can make it into this long holiday and you can leave the country, go far away to down under Australia or to Spain. We've covered those kind of news. But
Yes.
when it comes to family gatherings, they want you at the 설날.
Yeah, 당일.
Yes.
On the day.
On the day. And that's why we are seeing such heavy traffic congestion around those days.
Yes. So actually, 설 당일, everyone's going to maybe do their family events and then they're going to go back to where they live. So in the afternoon, that's when these return journeys are going to start.
Right.
So if you can maybe skip the 15th or skip the 17th,
If you can.
you will probably save money on gas, on trips to the 휴게소,
Right.
on time.
And prevent fights with the
prevent
family
fights.
members.
Yeah. It's true. Less stress. Definitely. I don't know. You gotta be at the family event, but avoid those days if you can.
Right, because we do have some numbers on the estimated time it'll take.
Yes.
15일 귀성길 정체는 서울에서 부산 7시간. 17일 귀경길 정체는 부산에서 서울 최대 10시간이 예상됩니다. 10 hours stuck in a car, stuck in traffic, will give you many, many reasons to rehash old arguments.
Oh, yes.
Come up with new ones.
Oh, my goodness.
And question why you are family with these kind of people and so on. So make sure to incorporate a lot of breaks in between is what we want to say.
Yes, indeed. But if you are traveling, there is some good news as far as ticket prices.
Okay.
So for rail passengers on the KTX and SRT, depending on where you're going, you could get up to a 50% discount.
Okay.
So if you're not on the main lines, so if you're doing the opposite, if you're going into Seoul, the 역귀성, right?
Yes, 역귀성.
Or you're going to the places where there are fewer people living, there's lower populations, then you might find that you get a discount. So check the ticket prices.
Okay, so if you don't have to be at a particular place, then maybe those are great options instead. Great alternatives. Let's have a look at some expressions here.
Okay.
Heavy congestion.
Yes, heavy congestion. This is a word often used with traffic where the cars aren't moving.
Right.
Yeah.
Bumper to bumper traffic.
Bumper to bumper traffic. This can also be used when you have a cold.
When you have a stuffy nose.
Yeah, 코 막힐 때.
코 막힐 때도 I have a congested nose. 이렇게 얘기하죠.
Yes.
But in this context, we are talking about 극심한 혼잡, 교통체증을 뜻하는 거고요. And the return journey 돌아오는 길인데 이런 명절 맥락에서는 귀경길을 뜻합니다.
Yeah, I think that because a large portion of the population live in Seoul,
Yes.
these expressions are based on
Right.
Seoul, right?
First, when you are studying Korean, 저도 이런 단어를 처음 배울 때 why is it so soul-based?
Yeah.
I'm sure some people are moving in the opposite direction, but then you look at the number, the proportion of Koreans that live in Seoul, and then, okay, I understand why this is the expression.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. So this is a more general term, a return journey. It just means going back
Exactly.
to your home.
All right. Here's the article once again. An estimated 27.8 million people are expected to travel nationwide during the Lunar New Year holiday. With a shorter break concentrating traffic to fewer days, heavy congestion leaving the Seoul metropolitan area is forecast on the morning of the 15th and on the afternoon of the 17th for return journeys. 네, 이번 설에 여러분은 어디서 어디로 이동하시는지 사연 받고 있죠. 문자샵 1045 반디 유튜브로 계속해서 보내주세요. Alright, let's now move to the medical school enrollment increasing.
The government will expand medical school enrollment by some 3,300 students over the next 5 years, beginning next year. Taking into account doctor shortages outside the capital, every additional spot will be allocated through a regional doctor program to shore up local medical services.
정부가 내년부터 5년간 의대 정원을 3,300여 명 늘리기로 했습니다. 의사가 부족한 지역의 현실을 반영해 직원 인원은 전원 지역의사 전형으로 선발됩니다. So that works out to be roughly 670 additional students per year, doesn't
Yes. So there are going to be quite a few, and they're going to stretch them out from 2027 to 2031.
it? Okay.
So that's when this increase is supposed to reach its top amount.
Okay. 의대 정원을 3,300여 명 증원하기로 확정했는데요. 이게 어떻게 나온 숫자냐면 2031년에 그러니까 마지막 학생들이 졸업할 때쯤인 2037년에 의사가 전국적으로 몇 명이 부족할지를 추계하고 그중 75%를 반영한 겁니다. And that number is roughly 3,300.
Yes, but all of these new doctors are not going into Seoul, right?
That's right. The rule is that if you are admitted through this track, you have to work at the regional hospitals for at least 10 years.
At least 10 years. So you're in the medical profession. I'm sure you've heard a lot of stories and a lot of opinions on this.
Yes.
But yes, this has been decided. It will apply to 32 medical schools outside of Seoul.
Yes.
So this will help students be filled in those schools, but we don't have the actual quota numbers yet.
Per school, yeah.
Yeah, per school, how much each school will receive student-wise, but that will be announced in April. Yeah.
This come April, they will come up with the official enrollment numbers or enrollment opportunities by school. And as you mentioned, none of these increases are going to be applied to medical schools within Seoul.
Yes.
Let's have a look at this expression. Shore up.
Yeah, shore up. So 보강하다, right? So to make something stronger. The image I have with this is like there's a dam.
That's exactly the etymology, isn't it?
Right. Yeah. There's a dam and the water is starting to leak. So you're like putting cement, you're putting mud on the side of the wall because you're trying to strengthen something that has weakened.
Right. You're trying to make it even stronger. 보강하다, shore up 이라는 뜻이죠.
Yes.
What is a shortage?
A shortage is when you do not have enough of. So you have that word short in there, right? 짧다.
Which is definitely not what you are.
Yeah, I'm very long in many
very
ways.
tall.
Yeah, very tall. My legs and arms. Yes, but this means you do not have enough of something. So if we want to go back to a medical emergency, during the pandemic, we had a shortage of masks clinics.
Right, we had a shortage of emergency doctors as well.
Yes, we
A
did.
lot of shortages during the COVID pandemic.
Right. Other natural disasters, you can have an electricity shortage where you cannot supply the electricity. You might have a water shortage.
물 부족?
Yeah. So all of these things can be used for the word shortage.
Shortage is 부족. Here's the article again. The government will expand medical school enrollment by some 3,300 students over the next 5 years, beginning next year. Taking into account doctor shortages outside the capital, every additional spot will be allocated through a regional doctor program to shore up local medical services.